Hey everyone, how are you today? It's Marla. It is, the day I'm actually filming this video is January the 11th. We have had such a crazy cold snap this past week. I know a lot of people had storms coming through, but now it's almost 80 degrees. So that's kind of the joys of living in Florida. You can start out with a 40-degree weather in the morning and it goes up to 70 by noon. That's why I think it's so sick down here sometimes. This video I'm entitling My Love of Lancome. And I'll be honest with you, I was never kind of a Lancome lover. And for some reason, I never kind of ever went to the Lancome counter. But a while ago, I tried one of their concealers. And even though I didn't particularly care for the concealer, it kind of got me started to at least going to the Lancome counter and looking at some of their products. And I really have kind of developed a love for Lancome. So I'm going to show you some lipsticks that I've been using nonstop. I purchased them last year, and a blush that I purchased at the beginning of this year that I just absolutely am head over and heels in love with. But really quickly, before I do that, I have been meaning in every video to mention this. If you are interested in testing out a particular fragrance, I found a place on the internet called, I think it's called the Perfumed Court, where they decant samples of perfumes. Now, they don't have all perfumes, and I don't think they have any of the Bond No. 9 perfumes, unfortunately, but they do have some of the Tom Ford perfumes, and I recently purchased 2 of them. They come in different mLs. Some of them I think are just like 3 mLs or something, and they're like $5, or they go up to $10, and I think you can go up to $20. So they're really super inexpensive, but it's a really great way to test out a perfume before you fork over the money for it, because some of these perfumes are crazy expensive, and some of them I would never purchase. I mean, the Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, which is one of the ones I got, I think it's like $250 for perfume, which is absolutely insane in my mind. But the 2 that I picked up from them was the Tom Ford Neroli Portofino. I've tried this perfume before. I've sampled it. I love it. Nothing compares to me to the scent of this. I can't even describe the scent. It just smells so clean. The problem I have with this, and the problem I still have with it, I've used up the entire sample. I think this sample ran $10. Is that I squirt it on and then I go outside, and 5 minutes later, I'm basically saying, okay, where's that scent? It's gone. It's disappeared. So unless this comes in a cheap rollerball size, I would not purchase it. Even though I love the scent more than any other perfume I've ever tried, it's gone too fast. The Tobacco Vanille, I am so glad I tried, because so many people have given this such great reviews. I absolutely hated it. That's just me. Don't hate me for hating it, but I hate it. I feel like I was locked. When I put this on, I feel like I was locked in a cedar box with somebody that was smoking a pipe. When I put this on, nobody wants to get in the car with me. When I sprayed this on me in my bedroom, I came back an hour or so later and the scent was still there, so it does last a long time, but it made me feel like somebody had spent the weekend and smoked a pipe in my bedroom the entire weekend. So for me, this is not a home run perfume. Maybe other people like the smell of pipe smoke, but not for me. So Tobacco Vanille was not one of my favorite perfumes by Tom Ford. But I did want to mention that company because it's really cool that they decant some of these samples, especially these super high-end super high-end lines that you may not want to, you may want to kind of have a couple weeks worth of testing out to see if you really want to invest in a perfume that is that expensive. So I wanted to mention that before I get into the Lancome, which I am going to do right now. And I thought the easiest way to do this is I have several lip balms, a lip gloss, and a blush and lipsticks that I really love. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you each of the ones I have. I was going to post some pictures. I don't know. That's so time consuming for me. But I'll actually show you what each of them look like on my lips. So I'll show you my bare lips, and then I'll put the lipstick on. Or I'll show you my bare face, and then I will put the blush on. That way you can kind of get an idea of what it might look like possibly on you. So let's get started with my Lancome love. So since I don't have any blush on my face, I think I'll start with that and then show you the lipsticks that I have. I love this blush by Lancome. I am a big Tarte fan when it comes to their Amazonian clay blushes, but I have been using this much more than my beloved Exposed from the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush line. This blush is called Blush Subtle Shimmer, and it is really very subtle. It was $30, and it's more of a sparkling shimmer. It's supposed to give you kind of a radiant glow, and what I like about this is it just glides on so smoothly. And when I put it on, you know how sometimes when you put blushes on, you can kind of see, oh, I got to kind of really blend that in because I can kind of see a little bit of a line from the blush where it's there and when it's not, where it's not blended in. This just blends in perfectly. It almost requires no blending. It just goes right into my skin, and it does last really for hours. And the other thing I like about it is it's oil-free, and it's even supposed to be oil absorbing. When I put this on, it just feels silky smooth on my skin. It almost feels hydrating. I know that sounds crazy, but it just does. The color I purchased was Shimmer Mocha Havana, and I may be able to get a picture of this. If I can, I'll insert it right here. If you did not see a picture of it, I wasn't able to get a picture of it, but I will show it to you on the screen. Let me cover up that so you don't see the reflection. It is really a gorgeous shade. I love it. I don't even know how to describe it. It's kind of a very, I can't even describe it. I'll just take a picture of it and try to put it in there. But it's really beautiful and subtle. That's why I like it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this on my cheeks right now, and I'm going to use a mirror over here because I just can't see really well to put it on in front of the camera. So I'll put a little bit on this cheek, and I'll put a little bit, and you can see the color just looks like it blends in perfectly with my skin. I just love this blush so much. There you go. And it has a little bit of a shimmer, but I'm telling you, it is just not. I know people, especially people that are my age, 50, in their 50s, when they hear the word shimmer, sparkle, glitter, they kind of try to run for the hills. But this actually is so subtle that it's not like you go outside and you see all this glitter in your face. But I think particularly for older women that have mature skin, I really feel like I need a little bit of a, I don't know, just a little bit of a subtle shimmer to kind of make my cheeks look alive. So I love this blush. One of my loves for Lancome was this blush, and now I will show you some of the lip products that I like. All right, on to some of my lip products that are some of my favorite lip products. This particular lip, I guess it's more of a lip balm. I really love this, and I know it was $30, and $30 for a lip balm is kind of crazy, but there's just something about this product that's different than any other similar lip balm that I've used before from any other line. It is colorless, and it's called La Base. I'll put the full name of the balm down here. It looks almost white, and it's not just colorless, it still imparts some type of pearlescence. I guess that's the best way to put it. It's hard to describe. I will show you it. But you can use this day or night, and you can use it alone or under a lip product and then put another lipstick on top of it. When I put it on my hand, I don't know if you can see, it really has an amazing gloss sheen that it leaves. It's not sparkly, it's just more of a super high gloss sheen, and it does have an SPF of 10, which really isn't much, but it does have an SPF of 10 in it, and they consider it kind of a lip treatment to make your lips feel better after using it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on. So you see my lips right now, they have nothing on other than, you know, I put my foundation on and got a little bit of foundation around my mouth, but that's it. So you can see the color of my lips right at this moment. And I'm going to put this on and then let you see what they look like. So I'm going to cover this up and I'm going to put it on, and then I'm going to see. So see, this is the way I am now, and we're going to cover it up. And now you can see it. And it's strange because I have nothing on my lips other than this lip balm, but it almost looks like I have some different color to my lips. I don't know, a very pearlescent looking lip, and I love it because of that. It just makes your lips look so pretty. Again, I've never had a lip balm, lip treatment that kind of gave me this type of sheen with a little bit of pearlescence before. I love it. I was willing to pay $30 for it. I would be willing to pay $30 for it again because I think it is so different than any other lip balm I've tried before. So that's my perceptions of the La Base. I also have two of the Balm in Loves by Lancome. I love these also. These are super cool lip balms. They impart a little bit of color, and I'll show you those, and I'll actually put them on my lips. The first one I'm going to show you is the Balm in Love, and it's called Midnight Rose. And when you first look at these, they're a little scary. You're like, oh my gosh, that color is so bright. I don't want to wear it, but they are really pretty on and really don't give you a lot of color. This is Midnight Rose. It looks super purple. And I will put this on my lips and let you see what it looks like. So right now, all I have is on the La Base, and I'll just put the Midnight Rose on top of it. So this is my lip color with just the La Base on. And I'm going to hide behind the mirror again. And this is my lip color after I put on the Midnight Rose. Really, really pretty, but it almost feels like I was just eating a salad that had olive oil on it. So if you don't like kind of the feeling of oil, a little bit of oil on your lips, you may not like this, but I really love it. It's super hydrating. There is absolutely no odor to these whatsoever. These run $26, and they're really supposed to be kind of transparent. And I'll put this Midnight Rose on my hand right here so you can kind of see what it looks like on my hand and the sheen right there. And they're ultra shiny. It's like an ultra shiny oil almost. And glides on super, super smooth. I think it's made with shea butter. And there's like some type of jelly or something in that. I don't know exactly what it is that adheres to your lips. So I really love these. I really don't think these last super long. I just keep it in my purse and apply it as needed. But I just love the feel on these. They make my lips feel so good. And I like it because it doesn't give me a super amount of color, just a little bit of color. And it's just a great balm. I absolutely love these. I think it was definitely worth paying $26 for it, and I would do it again. Okay, this is hard because I'm trying to film this entire video in one shot, and it's tough because, you know, as I take off one lipstick, one does leave kind of a little bit of a microscopic stain on my lips. So I just took off the Midnight Rose, and you can see this, my lips normally aren't this shade, but you'll still get a feel for what each of these looks like. But be forewarned, there may be a little bit of a tint left from the previous lipstick because I've been kind of filming each one of these in sequence. I'm gonna take a quick sip of my coffee right now. That was necessary and very needed. Okay, so the next lip balm, the Balm in Love that I absolutely love is the Urban Ballet. This is another really, really pretty color on. It looks frightening when you first look at it. It looks like it's going to be fluorescent pink, but it isn't. Very, very pretty. And as you can see, these are my lips. I cleaned them off fairly well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on. And there we go. And this color is slightly pinker than the Urban Ballet, which has a little bit more of a purpley plum in it. I know it's hard to tell because I had Urban Ballet on before this one, but that is what the, no, I had Midnight Rose on before I put on the Urban Ballet. This is the Urban Ballet, but the Urban Ballet is just a little bit pinker of a balm, but still great balm, no odor to these whatsoever. But if you don't like the feel of kind of an oily feel on your lips, you may not like these. But if you're looking for a balm that really feels like it's hydrating your lips, These make my lips feel so good. You might really like these because they just give a little bit of a tint to your lips without kind of being a typical opaque lipstick. All right, next, my lips are cleaned off again. So these are kind of my bare lips with just a little bit maybe of foundation kind of overlapping them a little bit. And this particular lipstick is called Rouge in Love. Now, Rouge in Love is a little bit more opaque than the Balm in Loves that I showed you. This price, I think on this was like $28 or $29, right around there. These are supposed to be super featherweight lipsticks that you can get either medium to full coverage on. Very comfortable on your lips. They feel super hydrating and they're supposed to last 6 hours. I honestly don't time my lipsticks. Sorry, I just don't do that. If I really like a lipstick that feels good on me, I just carry it with me, and if it comes off, it comes off. I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos, but I automatically wipe my lipstick off when I eat. I do not like eating anything, and I don't want to swallow my lipstick if I can avoid it. And I don't like eating a sandwich, for example, and then seeing all that lipstick all over it. That to me is really gross. So lipstick comes off every time I eat. So I'm going to have to apply it anyway, so it really doesn't matter. The color that I have, and I think these go by numbers rather than particular colors. This one is 232M. I'll put it down here. And this is I fell in love with this color when I saw it. It was such a pretty color. It's not too pink. It's not really peachy. It's just really pretty. And this is what it looks like. And I have nothing on my lips right now. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go behind my magic mirror and I will put this on and then you can see what it looks like. So bare lips. And that's the color on. These are super hydrating, as you can see. These are not for people that want a matte look. This is what the color looks like on my hand. And what I like about these is that they have such a, you're gonna have to excuse every time I kind of put my hands into the camera, the lighting, it seems to automatically change for the fact that I've gotten closer, and then when I come back out again, the lighting's dark, so I have to kind of keep readjusting. But I love this. I love this particular lip Rouge in Loves. I love all these because they're not typical, the lipsticks that I'm typically used to wearing. These are super hydrating, but they have just such an amazing kind of sheen to them. I just don't know. I haven't found lipsticks that I've liked this much, that have felt this comfortable on. This one I don't think has any odor to it. No, I don't detect any odor, vanilla, anything like that, bad chemical smelling, nothing. Really kind of just a non-odor lipstick. But probably out of all the lipsticks I have, this Rouge in Love, this particular line of Lancome lipsticks, I love these so much because they feel so comfortable on my lips and they give my lips such a high kind of gloss sheen without being lip gloss shimmery. Just love this particular line. Another product I picked up from Lancome last year in their gloss line, I picked up their Gloss in Loves. I really like these too. The only problem with these are the smell really bothers me. It seems kind of very chemical-ish. I wish it was more vanilla, spearmint, anything but the smell of these. I think they're a little strong. These are super high gloss, very glossy, and very shiny. And they're supposed to, again, last 6 hours, but again, I reapply all my stuff, so I can't really tell you to judge that. It's very cool the way you open these because they have this little click button here, and all you do is you press that little button, it pops it open, and the other cool thing about this is if you look at the applicator, it looks like a little scooper or almost like a little spoon. Let me see if I can get it to look that way. And I think that is kind of so cool. Right there you can see it. So these run about $27. I'm not real fond of the smell. They are a little sticky, I think, but I still really like them. So the color I got in this, it's 323. sort of a pinky, kind of pinky shimmery shade. It almost looks like there's tiny little pearlescent flecks in there of almost like a little bit of gold. And on my lips, let me do my little mirror trick again. So now I have nothing on my lips, and I'm going to put this on. And there it is on my lips. So you can see how it leaves really such a super, super kind of pearlescent shine to your lips. And I don't know if you can see what the sheen looks. It's very high sheen. So even though this has kind of a slight, it's not a horrid scent, it's just not one that I would have chosen for this gloss, but I really do love this lip gloss. It kind of really feels like it's adhering to my lips rather than kind of bleeding all over. I love the colors in these. I just think these are great. So for me, my perceptions, as everybody knows, most of the time I entitle all my videos my perceptions reviews or my perceptions of something, because these really are just my perceptions, things that I really like, and I'm basically just trying to show you what they are, why I like them, and it may be something that if you kind of have the same taste I have, you might be interested in trying. Okay, and just 2 more to go. This lipstick is the Color Design. These are the Color Design lipsticks from Lancome. I believe these are around $22, and they really do have a lot of shades in these, and they're supposed to be fade free, have a really good texture on your lips, and be kind of super soft and soothing for your lips. And again, this lipstick is really another great lipstick. I just love the feel of these on my lips. The color that I got is All Done Up Cream. Now these impart a lot more color than any of the other lipsticks I've shown you so far. So let me show you what All Done Up looks like. Actually, now that I've been using the balms, I actually like the balms better than the Color Design, but it's still a pretty color. So this one is, right there we go. This is All Done Up. And it's sort of a, it's almost like a pink cranberry, I guess. That's what it looks like to me. But it has a nice sheen, but it's not as high sheen as some of the other lipsticks I've shown you so far. And let me do my mirror little trick here again. No lipstick now. And I'm gonna apply this. And there we go. And this one is really bright for me. The more I look at it, the more I don't like it. This cream, though, really sticks to your lips. I just feel like this would not bleed at all and just would adhere to my lips all freaking day long, which is great. And it almost feels like it's matte, but it's not. It has just a slight sheen. But it's very, very nice. It's definitely more of an opaque, kind of heavier coverage lipsticks. But again, these feel so soft and smooth when they go on, and absolutely no bleeding with this one whatsoever with the Color Design. Really a great lipstick for someone who wants maybe a little bit more coverage and really wants kind of their lipstick not to go anywhere all day long. This is really a good choice for them. And finally, my lips are getting tired right now of getting rubbed off. And finally, I have a lipstick from the Elle Absolute New kind of lipstick line from Lancome. This is really a nice lipstick. I can't figure out why these are more expensive than the Color Design lipsticks. I really don't gonna get that. But this is $30. It's supposed to be very soft, moisturizing, and restore kind of moisture to your lips and last 8 hours. This color I have is called Buff Silk. Number 124. It's more of kind of a peachy shade. Well, not peachy, but definitely not pink. And let me show you what this looks like on. Let me get some light in here. There we go. So this is my lips with nothing on. And I will put this on. There we go. This lipstick definitely feels more like a balm, kind of more like that kind of oily balm than the one I previously showed you, which was the All Done Up. This one feels like it's more of a thicker cream that adheres to your lips. This one feels almost like a tinted lip balm, but it is really comfortable on. I really like them. They may have a tendency to bleed a little bit because they're not kind of that really kind of tight adhering cream to your lips, but I just love the way they feel on my lips. I use these all the time. These are really the only lipsticks I've been using for the past couple months. I just love these. Love all the shades. They just have such a variety of shades. I love the way they make my lips feel. I just really love this Lancome line.